Hello and welcome to our May newsletter. I've just been doing a little bit of recording here, ready for the next month. And what can I say about April? It was one of those really bizarre months where April felt very short, but I'd almost like keep missing a week. It was always jumping forward to the week that was the following week. And I was just really discombobulated in terms of time, connection to the month, connection to the weeks. And I think that's all got something to do with the time zones going back in time and just not quite getting my circadian rhythm back up to speed. It was just a really interesting month. I was just on my own timeline and not with anyone else's timeline. So it was a kind of a strange month, but it was an interesting month. I think on a personal level for Michael and I, we we're not set in our ways, but we definitely have a rhythm to our life. And as I say, with the clocks going back, the rhythm was all changed. And for ourselves, we really just decided that through a string of events, that we needed a change. We needed to change our rhythm in life. We needed to change how we lived our week, how we lived our month, and we implemented that in April. So it was quite an exciting month because it wasn't just about the time going back and extra time and dark at night and light in the morning and all of that visual stuff that we go through at this time of year in the changing seasons, but we decided to really change how we work and our work schedule. And being self employed is really interesting because we have that process where we can actually do that. One of the big changes, I think, for Michael was giving himself permission that it's okay to work over or during the weekends because that's when the phones are quiet and the emails are quiet and he actually gets a huge amount of production work done because he can answer emails and the phone, etc., at any point in time during the week. But he feels really productive and he feels really well and unhindered at the weekend. Whereas for me, I always felt I was throwing him out of the house and making him work at the weekend. If I was working with clients, doing my Reiki classes, he had to exit the front door so I could allow people into the house. And that was a sense of guilt on my part. And so we changed our whole dynamic. We have changed our whole dynamic this month. And it's been really interesting. We have more time together because we're taking time off during the week. We have more quality time together because we're taking time off during the week. I can run my courses at the weekend and not have a sense of guilt that I'm stopping Michael from resting or having time out from the workshop. And then we have Michael in the workshop who is just full of excitement and really relaxed. So it's out with the old and in with the new. April has been a month of just dynamic change on a personal basis and doing things differently. And what does that mean? And how has that improved our lives? And I can say it has improved our lives quite measurably. We can feel the difference and we can see the change. What that has done for myself is given myself permission to go back to running my courses. And of course, I've taken time off from physically holding classes due to the global circumstances of COVID and mixing with people, etc., etc. We've moved home. We've had big changes in our lives, but now people are asking, when are you holding your classes? Are you back holding your classes? And so what I'm doing is I'm condensing my classes rather than nighttime classes and people coming out in nighttime in the wintertime, but condensing them and hosting them over a weekend, which is what I used to do before COVID came. And in those weekend courses, it was really interesting seeing people grappling with new tools and gaining knowledge and wisdom, working with teams. It's a really intense experience, especially if it's courses like the psychic development course or the angel course or the crystal healing course. Those courses I used to run quite a lot over the weekends. And so it's really, really dynamic, just going from one spiritual tool to the next, to the next, to the next, and people getting that sense of connection to their guides, to the tools, to what feels right for them, so that by Sunday afternoon, when the course was coming to an end, people could really connect to all of the new learning that they'd gained. And so I'm really hoping and excited to be hosting these weekend courses once more and seeing people taking, I suppose, taking responsibility for their own personal development, but being part of something that's bigger. And of course, the groups will be quite small and quite intimate. They're not big, large groups, but in that small, intimate groups, then people get more of me and they get more interconnection with each other, which is also really, really lovely. So wonderful changes there, I think. And that sense of being back teaching people is really exciting because that's my passion. That is my passion. And in amongst all of those changes, it is about, well, what wasn't serving us in the past, what is going to serve us in the future, out with the old and in with the new. And so, how has that been for you? Have you had to step up and make quite dramatic changes? Are you about to make changes? Because it's that time of year, because you have to have your voice heard, because you have to be seen to be doing something. And I know for some of my wonderful readers out there, it is about retiring from what they're doing, which opens up a brand new chapter in their life. I'm opening up a chapter in my life by going back into teaching and being with my students. I've also, in that whole process, decided to put one of my businesses up for sale, and that's exciting. It's yes, exciting. I can't help but feel excited because I know that the business will attract the right person that it needs to take it on to the next level, the next chapter in its vibration. So it's all being changed, out with the old, in with the new. And that feels good. And is that the energy of the rabbit? Are we seeing things coming up to the surface? All of those things that have been buried, all of those worries, those fears, those energies that have been dormant in the burrow of a rabbit, in the year of the rabbit, is it finally coming in that things are coming up to the surface, and we have to deal with it in that really open and honest way with ourselves first, and then with our family, friends, and colleagues around us. Interesting times, very interesting times indeed. I'm not quite sure what May is going to hold. I love May. May is my favorite month of the year. Here we're in full-blown autumn. Where I'm from in Scotland, it's full-blown spring. The blossoms are out. I got married in May. It's our 38th wedding anniversary, and we have a wonderful process planned to celebrate all of that, and just celebrating the whole aspect of being together and being um, in a unit with my husband, where we still find life really exciting even after 38 years. How amazing is that? I feel quite tearful when I'm saying that, but that's just that emotional me coming through. I hope that for yourselves, April has been a good month. As I say, with the time changes, everything has changed. And I think as we move through into May, we're coming into almost halfway through the year. I think some of us might be feeling tired. I hope that isn't yourself. I hope you are being kind and good to yourself. If you're feeling a little bit stressed or a little bit jaded, as some of us could be, Then I'm putting out a special offer on my meditations, my online meditations. You just download them straight onto your mobile device. My soul journey meditation has just under 20,000 downloads. It's 19,648. It's one of those journeys that people really, really connect to. But the past life meditation is also a really popular one, as is the dragon. So lots of tools there that you might find really beneficial. So just follow the links further down in the newsletter. And also join me on my Facebook page where you'll see little videos about our crystal of the month, our tarot of the week. Just relate to some of the things that I've got to say, some of my perspectives and points of views. They're all on my Facebook page. The link should be at the bottom of the newsletter. So until the next time, take care. If you have had a little bit of a shake up, enjoy it. If you think it's time to have a shake up, then move the process through and enjoy it. And we'll see you when we move into June and that midpoint of 2023. But until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself. Namaste.